So tell us the timetable. I mean, everybody, I'm sure that you say to the fans, give us time. This is what we're going to achieve. This is what you should expect from us.
Yeah.
What everybody wants to know, when are we going to win a World Series? But what are your goals for this year?
Well, my goal is just what it was last year, and it's continued progress toward that ultimate goal. I can't pick the number of wins because it's sports. You don't know who's going to get injured.
I hate that question.
No, I get it every day. I'm used to it. I understand the question. We all want to get there, but I don't know because I don't know what injuries we're going to have, and I don't know how good our competitors are. I've had a good offseason. Our team has had a good offseason, but so have our competitors, and I don't know how many of them are going to work out or be injured, so we don't know. All we can focus on is the same kind of progress that we saw last year where we started off really rocky, but from the middle of May to the end of the year, we were a 500 club. That was progress that we could all see and touch and feel. We want to continue and make that same kind of progress, and if we do that, it'll get here soon enough.
What's your contract? How long are you?
I'm a part owner,
You're
so
a
I'm
part
just
owner,
here.
but what's your commitment?
I'm
What's
here.
your agreement?
I'm here for a long time.
Indefinitely.
I'm here till we win. That's what I want, and maybe even beyond that.
Until the commissioner's job opens up?
Yeah, I get asked. That's very flattering, although I think it's kind of a silly question for a couple of reasons. First of all, Bud Selig is never retiring, ever. And the owners like him so much that even when his time comes, we'll probably prop him up like a weekend at Bernie's kind of thing, He really has been good for the sport. And yes, it's a more important job maybe than the one I have now, but it's not a more fun job. And there's nothing more fun than running a team, building a franchise, winning a championship. I've had the good fortune to do all those things in the past, and I'm not leaving here until I do it again.
Did you buy your apartment, or are you renting?
I bought. How's that?
See that? No, but
Okay.
you still.
I think I'm the last person to actually buy a condo in Washington, but yes, I bought.
And now, do you still have your family down in Atlanta?
Yeah, I do. I do a lot of commuting, and my wife does a lot of commuting up here. I have kids all over, but my youngest is still in high school, so until now it's been kind of difficult.
Were they anywhere near the tornadoes?
No, they were in the suburbs, and the tornado was going on downtown. So I'm watching the game. I was in spring training last week, and I'm watching the game at night. And I called my wife to see if everything's okay. Apparently, when I'm not home, the TV never goes on. She didn't know anything was going on. She was reading books or something. Who does that kind of stuff nowadays? But apparently, TVs never get turned on when I'm not there.
What section of the newspaper do you read first, sports or the front page?
Yeah, I read the sports section.
You read the sports section. Who do you like to read?
I read everything, whether I like it or not.
Yeah.
Okay, can I just answer it that way? There are some people whose opinion I respect, and some people whose I don't.
What was it you said to the learners when you guys got together? You said take the button of the radio.
You take the sports talk radio button off of your radio. Now you don't want to be doing that. It's just gonna make your life miserable.
Yeah.
So
Have they listened?
By and large, they've listened. They say they like to listen just in case I'm on. I say, no. Don't do it. It's not worth it.
I was astounded how many fan sites there are, how many
Yeah.
blogs there are. Now, is that typical?
Yeah,
Or do they-
and
or
it's
do you
and it's
do
growing.
you-
Not as many as porn sites, I gather, but quite a lot of fan sites.
Family
Yeah,
program.
yeah.
But I know one of your goals, and I don't know if you figured out how to do it, is to create what you call that Redskins fervor.
Yeah.
For the Nats. Have you figured out how you do that? Have you
No, but
figured out what the secret is?
Well, the secret starts with having the best team I can have. That's job one, and we're working hard at that. But along the way, you should know that we're in the top 3 or 4 of cities in America in terms of the number of fan sites. I assure you this is a mixed blessing at best because not all of them contribute to the discourse in a positive way, but they're there, and they prove the lie to that maxim that there's no such thing as bad publicity. I assure you there is some bad publicity and some crazy stuff. So you can't take it seriously, but in general, it's a good thing. It's an interesting thing. I don't know quite where to put it. They're not media. They're not just fans. They're somewhere in between, and we're all kind of feeling our way through the best way to deal with it.
Who are they? Are the demographics? Remember, there was this concern that we were going to steal people away from the O's. I mean, did that happen? I mean, is the fan base?
Well, not enough yet. No, we need quite a bit. In fact, can I
Come
tell
see
you,
our stadium,
Baltimoreans and the Marylanders have it best of all, because all they have to do, drive over to the Greenbelt station, you know,
right.
all that
Get
great
on
parking,
and come
get
right to
on,
the-
zip right to our front door. They're the luckiest people of all. Former Oriole fans, the luckiest people of all. They can now become Nats fans easier than anyone
You
else.
could probably do both, right? There's probably.
What would be the point of that? There's just no need for that.
So tell us about opening night for you. Are there any little traditions or rituals you have? Any superstitions?
Yeah, a whole lot. I'm going to discuss none of them because they
on,
invade the
give
very
us
most
one.
private parts of my
Well,
being.
please, well, you don't have
Yeah,
to tell us about
yeah,
your underwear.
exactly.
No, what is it?
Yeah, you know, all of us in sports are superstitious. I think the people who say they're not are fibbing.
If you give us one, I'll stop.
No, I'm probably not going to give
that
you
would
any.
be bad luck?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well,
No, you know, we all do. You know, if we won yesterday, we're going to do the same thing today, whatever it was
Yeah.
that we did. So yeah, I have, you know, I have enough OCD in me to do that, and I think a lot of us in sports feel the same. I can tell you, over the years, I've encountered, you know, absolutely terrifying superstitions that other people have, but none that we could talk about here.
okay. Well, we'll keep it at that, and we'll thank you very much, Stan.
Great,
This has
thanks.
been great. We wish you a lot of luck, and we'll be counting the days to the World Series in Washington.
Thanks very much. It was great
Thank
being
you.
here.
Okay. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.